Hello everyone, welcome to Future Podcast. Okay, so we usually talk about everything and anything between geeks, movies, TV, but today we're not, because the writing staff decided to throw us a curveball, so we're talking about Martian colonization.
Yeah.
Doing this is happening. This is not.
This isn't a dream.
You're not screwing with me.
No.
We're doing colonization of Mars.
Yep.
Because
that was the agreed upon topic.
Garth has glasses, so now he's a physicist.
No, physicist. I'm not gonna make you potatoes on Mars, buddy.
The Martian. Idiot. I love how like part of that plot was just him pooping in the back.
Well, using it.
Yeah.
But why don't I just mention, I'm gonna be the co-host. Like I said before, Kareem's not here. He's still on vacation. Lucky bugger, eh?
My two guests.
He made me come on again. I'm Sam. I haven't been here in a while, so hello, people.
Behold my power. And
our new face here is
Jabril. I'm the guy who used to have nicer things on set, and now they use this one mic.
He has an obsession with the mic.
He has to go to the mic. Yeah. Context. He bought us nicer mics. We haven't used them yet. We hear about it every day before we film. It's very annoying.
Or he calls us about them.
But
I call them about them.
Another hand, don't worry about the mics. You can rant about it in the descriptions.
So the first thing we're going to talk about is like Martians. So we got Mars Attacks, Justice League Unlimited with the Martian Manhunter, of all names. Marvin the Martian, War of the Worlds. There's other movies that include Martian specifically, but those ones that come to mind, like they're also like a little more recent.
So yeah, representations of Martians. We were thinking about how if creatures or beings came from Mars, what they would be like and how they're represented in popular culture and media.
So like mostly like one of two ways. Either we go to Mars and Martians are already extinct, but oh my god, here's an artifact, and then it kills us because there's a gateway to hell. Or they attack us.
It seems like to be the two extreme options. There is no middle ground here.
No, this is cinema.
What do you guys think it would be like though if Martians actually existed or life on Mars actually existed?
It came to Earth, or just if we found it there? Do you have an answer?
Yes, I would. They'd most likely be microorganisms, and they might eat us all.
So like
That's what I think would happen in real life.
Microorganisms that would eat us all. They would come here, or
it would be like, oh, I have a cold, and then it's like Ebola, but in space. But we can't stop it because it didn't grow up here.
That actually sounds hilarious because like I just imagine like somebody from Earth going to Mars and just go, "You okay, there, buddy? Yeah."
Let's go back home. Let's go back home. It's like that Planet of the Apes, the end of the Rise of the Planet of the Apes, where you just see the plane going from different country to different country, spreading the virus. That would happen with Earth and different planets as we colonize. So microorganisms, that interpretation.
That is the most realistic thing we'd probably find on, or if we had it already.
So I had
you don't have to raise your hand.
Yeah,
School has trained you way too well. We got it out of our systems.
He's very new at this.
If you don't like realistic, can I say non-realistic?
Go for it.
So you know the movie that you guys were talking about where they're like 10 feet tall robots?
Oh, War of the Worlds, yeah.
Yeah, killing people? That. Like human beings can't see that from space.
Wait.
We've been to Mars so many times that we're missing like giant monoliths of robots that can kill. Like how did we miss that?
No. In War of the Worlds, weren't they here already waiting for us?
Yeah.
And for some reason they decided to attack us in the Spielberg movie. It's like 2005. All right, that's enough. Let's just take them all down.
They probably looked at humanity and they're like, you're just stupid.
So let's just categorize here. So we got the microorganisms, then we have also obviously the classic interpretation, aliens come from Mars,
short green guys.
Yeah. But in those kinds of interpretations, aliens coming here basically trying to kill us, right?
Yeah.
Or take us over in some
Which
way,
is all
shape, or
like
form.
for War of the Worlds. I forgot that little factoid about it because like that's just funny because it's like, oh my god, they're still alive. Well, they've had a good run.
Yeah. But that's interesting though because it is always. Not always, but that's the classic interpretation, right? They're trying to slaughter us or kill us or make us extinct in some way, shape, or form.
See, my one is the concept that they have a class system of how they categorize Earth, right? And we're still developing, so we're not ready yet to join the Federation or Alien Federation. So they kept us on a closed solar system just for that.
And that is like an actual, I don't know, theory or like a thought.
It's a speculation, right?
Like,
and I like that one.
The idea is that like if alien civilizations existed and expanded past our planet, we should have at least seen some semblance of it now. And if we haven't, then the other idea is if they still exist, they would literally just like partition us away, going, yeah, don't they're not one of us yet.
They don't want to have anything to do with us. That's what you're saying, basically.
They're cute
right?
to watch, but don't feed the zoo animals, basically.
don't interact with them. They're just not developed enough, or they're just not
My
ready.
God, look what they're doing with nukes and.
Yeah.
Voting certain people into power.
I like that. That's a really interesting theory, and to me, it seems very feasible. It seems like if there were other civilizations beyond our planet, which I would, it's fair to assume that there are, that they wouldn't want to make contact with us right now because, we really aren't quite ready for that yet.
I would disagree with that point of view.
That's
but then
fair.
again,
That's fair.
I
I
don't live in
would hope.
space.
I would hope other people do because I want that optimism, but I just don't really have that when it comes to space exploration and colonizing Mars.
The first thing we brought up was like if we went to Mars and then we eventually colonized it and we dug and went, oh cool, there's Martian artifacts. Or do you think like we'd age just like, oh cool, let's touch this, experiment on it, or just like how would we even treat an alien artifact? Or just like actually like blow the shit up like we do with Earth.
Can I recommend? So there's something. It's not directly Mars, but in Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey, when they find that monolith, the first thing that people do when they find it, the humans do, is they take pictures next to it and they act like they discovered it, kind of like they act like when it's like colonization in general, right? Finding the new world. Oh, I found this. It's mine now, right? No. People live here. No. It's mine now. I feel like that's what they were doing with the monolith. So I feel like we like to romanticize Mars, but I feel like if we actually did go to outer space and colonize it in some way, it would be us basically claiming ownership over it, regardless of what actually might be there or what is there already.
Okay, so how about like colonization itself? Like so I'm gonna talk like Mars One because like that's the easiest way for me to
segue into.
Yeah. So like if you guys have never heard of Mars One, there's an actual website you can go on to it. I think you can still apply to be an astronaut.
He knows more about it than us, right?
I don't know if they closed that door on that yet, but essentially, Mars One is like an actual corporation mixed in with like a non-profit. Elon Musk is involved as well as other individuals.
I don't think that he is.
His company, SpaceX, is an. Oh, I meant originally.
Oh, okay.
So if he's out, that makes sense because there's so many things wrong with that company. Anyway, so the idea is he's
having like an existential crisis right now.
Yeah.
Basically, you would apply online. They'd pick you out of like however many people applied, thousands, and then send you on a one-way trip to Mars to eventually colonize it, work there, and die there.
You forgot the background check, the profiling.
Background check. The people did Skype calls in part of their interview process. Went, you seem reasonable.
But see, Solomon, that within itself, I feel like that within itself is us claiming ownership. That's like the guys in the monolith, right? That's like saying, no, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that's what I'm observing. I'm saying that's what's going on.
You disagree?
Yeah, by all means. No,
nothing. I just giggled. Probably the last person who said colonialism wasn't bad. Sorry.
It wasn't bad? I didn't say
no.
He's saying in general. Yeah.
I said it wasn't bad. I said it wasn't bad.
No.
Jabril, like I'm just saying,
us claiming ownership over Mars.
Kidding.
Well,
No.
he seems to be disagreeing with me.
I'm just saying.
I'm trying to be
not a dick.
Yeah, basically. I'm trying to have different perspectives here.
Yeah.
Anyways, let me finish. Let me finish. So thank you, Simon. Thank you, oh gracious host. You are the chosen one. You are the chosen one. No, it's just I think that's kind of us claiming ownership over it.
I was gonna try and raise up, but this is
an
an awkward chair.
You know, like that Isaac Hayes album, Black Moses. You kind of reminded me of that. And that's what it kind of looked like.
No, just having I got a reference for once.
Yeah, you like that reference? But yeah, to me, that website is claiming ownership, or that program is claiming ownership, saying, here, you can do this based on this program that we have created. It's like we're claiming that this is ours, even though we haven't even set foot on it yet.
It's not ours until we go there.
But I feel like that program is claiming that it is already. But no, I don't think colonialism is a good thing.
Neither do I.
But it did give us Canada.
I read about it a lot.
Yeah, anyways, moving on.
So my big question is,
in a bad way.
Does that company own Mars now? Like, since they sent the people,
no.
They colonize it.
They own the colony.
Wait, so keep going.
No, they sent the people. They sent the colony. They have their own inside men. I don't think they're gonna send a whole bunch of incompetent people. They have their people set up. So before anyone even gets there, they already have the monopoly. So now what happens?
They own the monopoly in the sense that they're the only ones who, at that point, to colonize, have successfully been there. So they're the experts for now. But other people can try.
But
so
would you, as a corporation?
Oh yeah, no, I'd start war with somebody on that planet.
So wait.
I mean, think about Christopher Columbus coming to North America. I mean, when he came back, it was just like, hey, there's another land that's not India.
Are the people there?
Yeah, I mean, it cost a lot of money and it took a long time to go there, but it's worth the investment. So the idea of people being able to go there would be more than enough. Like suddenly there isn't a risk because you could just recreate the formula that took them to go there, right?
So like, hey, now we know
So,
what
like,
works, and now we can go.
Well, what I think that the whole initiative was to see if human beings could privately go to another planet, and if they could prove that on a non-profit basis, and hire people who weren't astronauts just off the street, which is why it made headlines. Then you could theoretically get any sort of investment to go and colonize
You can
another
convince
planet.
them. But in the
right?
end, is it really a non-profit basis? Like,
I mean,
it will lead way to something that is going
they
to try
did
and...
bring. I mean, critics brought up valid points about human rights abuses, right? Because their funding would be coming from some sort of live television show.
Yeah,
if
that
they
was.
were able to come back. So you know, you could. I mean, you can't really make people like that. They wouldn't be able to revolt. I feel. You know.
Two things though. Like, what are the types of people who would accept a one-way trip to Mars?
I mean, you go down in history. The first group of people.
There are
to live in
people,
Mars.
yeah.
So
You know,
like
you
people who.
You'll gain notoriety and be
And it
part of
doesn't
history.
necessarily have to be a one-way trip, right? If they can prove that they can go to the red planet and live there. for
No,
a
no, no,
long
no, no,
period
no,
of
no.
time.
The reason I expressed like the one-way trip is because the guy who started Mars One was like, oh yeah, no, it's incredibly impractical, or at least ridiculously expensive to like both go there and plan a trip back. But if you don't plan a trip back, my God, it becomes only $6 billion compared to $45 billion or something.
So basically, they were expecting a one-way trip.
That was a goal, at least financially, because otherwise it would be way too expensive, way too time-consuming to like bring people back.
Would you accept a one-way trip
To Mars? No.
to be a part of history?
I live like on a cloud city on Venus.
Oh.
It would cost less to come back to Earth.
No,
Why
cool.
would you live on Mars? It's on the other side of the sun now.
Right now,
Like,
during this recording,
I'm
or did
pretty
you check
sure
that
right
before
At
we
this
came?
very moment right now,
At this very
Mars
moment,
is on the other side of the sun.
yeah, why would you want to, come back here? Like, look at the distance there. Like, these planets move. People realize that, right? What are you laughing about? They move in space fast,
Yes.
right?
It's,
I love
It's
his
like trying to
deadpan-
catch
deadpan
a
view.
moving car by jumping out of another car and then watching the car take off and then coming back after. Like, who knows what you'll pick up at that point?
You'd be an amazing like physics teacher, you know that?
I mean,
Yeah, you would be.
now the question is the same to you.
Oh, would I go? Hold on, I have a life here. I have stuff here.
you can make stuff there.
I can make stuff there.
Think about it. You would be the first guy to make a screw. You'd be the first guy to plant a plant in
Mars.
atmosphere, controlled atmosphere, not on the Martian
No,
atmosphere.
cool, yeah, because
Hell, maybe you could do
exactly,
the same
exactly. You're in an encampment. You're basically in a bubble, and that's just a work area. Your room is the size of slightly larger than a closet.
Oh, you're just saying that because you're bigger than most people.
Yeah, I'm 6'1".
Exactly. So it'd
If
be
I
like
sneeze, I'll hit my head on my wall.
you could pretend
On the other side of the room,
You could
because the other side of the room is there.
Think about it. You could spend your days pretending you're a vampire, like because you'd be
What?
living in a coffin, right? So you could just like sleep upside down some days just to pass the time.
So it's a no for Suleiman.
This is enough so
Think
much.
about all
Yeah.
the time that you would pass. Think about all the. You'd probably get any kind of frozen food you'd ever want.
All right. On that note, we're dropping that
Yeah,
conversation.
no, God. So wait, how do you think this will function? Like, I'm thinking like more like communism or like.
Communism.
Yeah, because I don't see like the first colony on Mars being like being a democracy.
Depends who colonizes it. But even then, it wouldn't be very fair, would it?
Or you say like if like Russia colonizes, go. Let's try this whole
I
like
think,
communism experiment one more time.
Honestly, I think if whoever actually, it would be highly competitive, and I don't think it would be overly democratic. I think it would be something that is quite vicious
like somewhere
in its execution.
because it's something between like both like a work camp and a village.
Yeah, colonialism jokes aside, it is extremely. This is a very brutal, difficult process that's going to result in a lot of human pain and suffering. Let's be real.
Yeah, and that's not opening the door for like all the things that can go wrong, which is anything and everything.
That's
But-
why I don't
oh,
buy
cool.
the whole.
There's a cut here.
Yeah.
Immediate radiation.
That's why I don't buy the whole. Let's go to Mars stuff. I mean, I know it's important to exist to live on as a species, but I'm not for it because I know what that'll lead way to.
I wonder like if like one of the guys who ends up being like the first guy on Mars is kind of like the same person going back to colonialism. We're just like, no, it's not a God-given right. It's here, it's there, and it exists. It's ours
That
now.
kind of stuff could actually.
His reaction is
you know,
priceless.
You guys are a little sour about this. You gotta.
I honestly am though. Like, not to be funny. Like, I actually am kind of sour about this whole process. I don't know what to make of it because whenever we do this, it doesn't usually.
If it
go
works,
well.
it would be amazing for the human race.
The thing,
If it doesn't,
It usually works though after we breaking a few eggs, right? Like that's usually what'll happen.
well, there's no people there.
no.
But the people that'll be part of
On Mars.
actually doing it.
Yeah, of course there are no people there.
So it's like we can't really do any wrong.
No, that's not the problem I have here.
You
That's a
couldn't even
great
keep a straight
attitude to
face
have.
when you said that.
I had issues because Jabril just said there's microorganisms, and that's probably the basis of it. Like, what happens if we end up there, and the span of time it get us to colonize and set up, new creatures start developing? Do we treat them like animals?
Well, that's purely hypothetical though. Right?
Yeah.
But like, even still, it's just like we can wipe out a fragile ecosystem that we may not understand, too. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
people are famous in colony times for spreading diseases, especially when you think about other species and how detrimental that could be to them. Or it could be the reverse part of history. It's like, hey, remember when we colonized the Americas and brought all these diseases? Then we colonized Mars and it was the disease that killed all the people.
Are you guys depressed all of a sudden?
Oh no, I'm still happy.
Okay,
I
good.
think
Just making sure.
No, see,
And on that note, we'll continue that. We'll continue this whole conversation. If you guys want to watch the rest, click on the link for the next part. Bye.
Hey everyone, if you want to continue watching, click here. Or if you're feeling lucky, click here for something totally random.